Thanks for joining us for City Council Comments. I'm Steve Erickson along with Mayor Jerry Cook. Today we're talking about both the June 3rd and our June 17th City Council meetings. Thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Almost the first day, official day of summer, and how we kind of know that is our farmers market actually kicks off today. When we're taping this is June 18th.
Yes, that's right. First day of the farmers market.
Yeah.
It just feels like summer.
Yes, it actually has felt like summer.
Although it's felt like a very not tropical, but what are the forests where they get all the rain?
The Amazon?
Yeah, like an Amazon experience.
Yeah.
Man, we've had a lot of rain this spring.
We have. People haven't had to probably water a lot because we've had quite a bit of rain. So
No, man, weeds are growing up everywhere in the rock piles, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you're interested in the farmers market, that'll be running every Wednesday pretty much except July 2nd, which is 4th of July week, through October 8th from 3 to 6. It's in the parking lot of the Ice Center again, and vendors from the Anoka County Growers Association. But last year they expanded it to like non-produce vendors, crafters, other stuff like that. So if anybody out there sells any of that kind of stuff, they can sign up for a booth. They've been trying to kind of grow that market a little bit more than just the produce. Because in the very beginning, the produce season is still starting, and it doesn't really pick up until probably into July for produce. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I think there's like honey and jams and things like that.
Yeah, lots of stuff. So if you get time, check it out this summer.
In the parking lot of the Ice Center, 11,000 Crooked Lake Boulevard.
Yes, very good.
All right.
All right, let's jump into our council business here. Tuesday, June 17th, we're going to start with that meeting. And we actually started with a proclamation for the Coon Rapids women of today.
Yeah, so we had a nice group of them that showed up. They did a kind of a presentation about what they're up to and who they are. And then we did a proclamation for the Women of Today Day.
Yes.
And I do like that Women of Today believe that through us, great lessons can be learned, worthy deeds performed, and a hand of fellowship extended to millions of women everywhere. But then they also mentioned that the club isn't just for women.
I heard you.
Yeah.
Yes, you saw a male there, right?
Well, it
serving at a place?
Yeah, it turned out to be one of their husband was helping them out for the chili feed.
Yes. So men can join the group as well.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you read a proclamation for that. I know they have an event coming up.
Oh, July.
I was going to pull that up.
July 12th, they have Pack the Pantry, where they're picking up toiletries and food, I think, for Hope for Youth. And they're going to be in the parking lot by Riverdale of the Vitamin Center, kind of over by the new Chase branch.
Yes.
The intersection right there across from Home Depot, Chipotle, Cold Stone.
Yes, you're right.
I'm just rattling them off till you find it.
You're right in the area, and I can't click on it. I'm on our calendar and I can't see it. But you said it's on the 12th?
Yeah, it's on.
Which is a Saturday, right?
July 12th, and it's a drive-through and drop-off.
That sounds good. Yep.
I don't recall the time. It was like a. Nope, I don't remember.
Yeah, check it.
The
It's
time.
on the city website. It's on the community calendar there. You'll also find it on the Coon Rapids Women of Today. They have a website and I believe also a Facebook page. So they did this one other time recently because I know I donated some stuff. I don't remember if it was last year or I think maybe it was 2 years ago. They were in the parking lot of City Hall at that time by the Civic Center.
Oh, okay.
And they did one of these collections. So doing good again and giving back to groups in the community, and that's kind of what they do.
Nice.
All right. Moving forward, Council approved a waiver of certain fees for the 4th of July celebration. I mean, this was just a consent agenda item. We're just kind of using it as a way to talk about that our celebration is just about 2 weeks away now.
It is, yeah. It starts July 2nd, July 3rd, and July 4th.
Yeah.
And it was the Coon Rapids Firecracker Races, Coon Rapids Fire Relief Association, and the Coon Rapids North Star Lions have requested waiver of the carnival, fireworks display, 4th of July parade, and 5K run walk fees. Okay. And that seems like it makes perfect sense to waive those fees. Pay all this money because you're supporting a community event.
Right, right. This is one of our biggest ones of the year, or the biggest one, I would say.
I would say this is the biggest of the year.
Yeah, over a 3-day period. Things start on Wednesday, July 2nd. That's when we're having the parade that evening at 6 p.m. So come on out for that. And we just got some breaking news on that I was going to surprise you with, but you already know, obviously, what's happening. Who's our Grand Marshal?
I was told. Somebody that moved to Coon Rapids in 1952 and is 104 years old and will be turning 105 the week of the next week.
Wow.
So my mom, Elma Cook. Yeah.
Does she got the wave down? Is she?
She's been practicing.
Like,
I got to get an appointment to get her hair done.
Okay.
You know,
that is an important thing to do. You better make sure you do that.
So all of her friends over in assisted living were very excited for her.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. So she'll be the grand marshal for the parade.
Yeah. We're not sure she's the oldest in town yet. Kind of curious on who that distinction goes to, but she's doing pretty well at almost 105.
Yeah,
so.
that is just amazing. So yeah, the parade on Wednesday, July 2nd at 6 p.m. There's live music each night. The all-class reunion is also that first day from 5 to 10.
Yep. And this I think this is our fourth maybe or something like that. And every year the Coon Rapids all-class reunion 5 to 10 July 2nd.
Yep.
It's just rinse and repeat. And each year it just gets a little bit better, and more people talk about, hey, this was fun. Come on out. And,
It's a good time. Then on Thursday, the Police Association is having a bags tournament at 5 p.m. so people can register for that. The car show is that night from 5 to 11. And then, of course, we got the Firecracker 5K to kick us off on Friday, July 4th.
Yeah.
That's a morning activity. They have a run and a kids' sparkler dash. And then, of course, the big fireworks display at 10 o'clock on the 4th.
Yep. Firefighter bingo every day, live music every night, the Midway. Food trucks, come on out.
Yeah, and they did take a little extra measures the previous year. So the Midway will close again at 7:30 p.m. on July 4th. So you have up until then for the carnival, and then stay for the fireworks.
Well, and they also have all visitors under 18 must be accompanied by an adult throughout the duration of the event.
Yeah, so that chaperone policy was added last year as well.
Yep.
So, and by and large, it seems like things went well last year. Other than we kind of dodged some rain. I know for a while there it seemed a little dicey whether the fireworks were going to actually happen or not.
We were like the only community that had fireworks on the 4th of July, because everybody else had canceled the day before or earlier in the day. But we hung in there until about 8 o'clock that night, and we went, it's a go.
Yeah. Guess we like to live a little dangerously, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, so coming out to the 4th of July, July 2nd to the 4th at Boulevard Plaza, which is basically on the grounds of the Coon Rapids Ice Center.
Correct. And all of that information is, again, on the city's website.
Yep. And the newsletter everybody should have
newsletter.
received. This came out at the beginning of, I held this up at the last one, the draft. This is the published version.
Oh, yeah.
So this came out to everyone's mailbox at the beginning of June. You can also get extra copies at City Hall. And again, all the information is on the city website. All right, moving forward, Council held a public hearing for a grant application for the U.S. Department of Justice and considered a memorandum of understanding with the City of Fridley and Anoka County. Basically, we're getting some grant money for the police department.
We're getting some grant money.
We're going to share it this year.
We always put it to good use. It's about a $24,000 grant, and we're sharing it with the City of Fridley. They're taking 11 and something, and we're taking 12 and something. At any rate, we're using that grant money to replace some old, aging breathalyzers.
Okay.
I had the whatever that portable
PBTs.
Was it?
Portable breathalyzer test, probably PBT.
PBT. Okay, all right.
I think, yeah.
That sounds right.
And then they have the old ones they'll sell because there's still some use in them, and they'll get a little bit money back for that.
Yeah. But currently we're having to spend a lot of money to keep those old ones working.
Yeah.
So it's time.
All right. Well, we appreciate that grant money. Council considered a resolution amending the 2025 budget and authorized an interfund loan for boulevard tree removal. We kind of got an update here last night on the emerald ash borer situation and kind of where we're at in Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and we've been setting money aside for this. We're starting to get ahead of it, or almost catch up, I guess.
Yeah.
We started with about 6,700 ash trees we knew had to come out, and I think we're down to 1,500 or 1,600 now. And we had money budgeted for this year for ramping it up. And fortunately, Tommy Shabilla, our forester, has been finding contractors, and they've been taking them down like crazy, and we're about out of money, and we've still got quite a bit of summer left, and contractors are still ready to work. So we did another interfund loan to keep them going, trying to get it taken care of.
And it sounds like by the end of next year that they would all be down then. In 27, then we'd be looking at maybe some of the replanting be able to start. Because that's the thing. The decision had to be made whether you kind of just focus on the tree removal or do tree removal plus replanting.
Right. Right. So by the time you remove the tree, grind the stump, we didn't have the funds for putting the new trees in.
Yeah.
And we decided that the priority was getting those ash trees out because you can't leave them standing. Once they die, it's a tree that gets very brittle.
Yeah.
And it's going to, if you get a big windstorm or any kind of a storm, they can do some real damage.
Yeah. So they've been taking them down. There are some, though, several hundred, I don't remember the exact amount, that they've been treating. Because if you catch them at a certain point, you are able to treat them to prolong their life, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they can actually be fairly significantly damaged and brought back through the treatments. But the treatments are recommended for trees of significance. Maybe it's a great big tree that provides a lot of shade for your house, or it's really an important part of your landscaping. Then those are the ones that are worth treating because they treat them, I think it's every other year or something. And it seems you can keep doing it in perpetuity, I guess.
Yeah, all right. And the ones we're talking about are boulevard trees, so the ones that the city is responsible for taking care of. Anything on private property is the responsibility of the homeowner. But if you have any questions, you certainly can contact our city forester, and he'd be willing to kind of help you out.
Yeah, there's a lot of ash trees yet for residents to deal with.
Yeah.
I think I have 2 or 3.
That'll be a later time. At least if they fall over, they just fall over in your yard, right? Not hopefully onto the boulevard. Which
one of them actually did fall, took out the power lines, shut the neighborhood down for about a day.
Okay. So those are important to take care of.
Yeah.
All right. That is all we have to talk about on our June 17th meeting. We're going to jump forward now, or I guess jump backwards to our first meeting of the month, which was June 3rd. This was a relatively quick one, not a lot on the agenda, but we're going to start off talking about probably one of the biggest item of the night was council adopting a resolution awarding the sale of about I think it wound up being about 6.1 or 2, I don't remember the exact amount. It wasn't 6.8 of GO Bond Series 2025A.
Yeah, so we went out for bids on the bonding, and this bonding is for our street reconstruction, our utility. This encompasses a lot of the work the city needs to get done during the year. And fortunately, and they were very conservative. They said you're probably going to be looking at about 4.1% interest, and we ended up getting like 15 bidders. And the city is in really good shape. The city is AA1 credit rating, which is about the top 15% of the communities. And we ended up, they were very aggressive, and I think our final APR, whatever it would be, was 3.41%. So the amount of the bond came down significantly then, from because you have to bond to cover the interest. So that was reduced. Ellers and Nick take good care of us. And
still pretty good results. I know previous years we've seen, I don't know if we saw in the 1s ever, but I know we saw some of those in the 2s, right?
Yeah, there's a couple things I wish we would have built while the interest rates were that low, but
You do. 3%, relatively speaking, is still a pretty good rate. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that will be, those were awarded and those projects are underway. Street reconstruction, all of that is ongoing.
Yep.
All right, council adopted resolutions, looks like here, accepting a Minnesota Pollution Control Agency grant for a closed caption TV truck and approved a budget amendment. This is for the Public Works Department, correct?
Yes. Yeah, and this is a camera truck, so we can go in and actually video the large sewer pipes and see the condition and see what we need to do for repairs. And maybe we'll need this truck, from here on out. Maybe in 7 years we'll go, hey, you know what? All of our big lines are done, and we don't need it anymore, and we could sell it. But we got a very nice grant from the MPCA for it, and we're getting some matching funds from the Coon Creek watershed for it. So it's a relatively small investment for us. I hate to start with the numbers because I thought it was like a $225,000 grant, and then I think we're hoping for a $75,000 grant from Coon Creek watershed, or was it a 10?
We won't quote you.
I think we just did.
But we got grant.
But we have grants. Which is good. Whatever those amounts are.
Yes, we're getting the truck is the big news, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And that was all that was on that meeting, basically. Like I said, it was a relatively short and quick meeting.
So I have no reason to go to this next page?
I don't think, no. We just have a
you're right.
couple other things we wanted to talk about. Of course, Summer in the City kicked off. We had our first event at Thorpe Park, right?
Thorpe Park, yeah.
Back on June 10th.
Yes. And the weather was perfect.
Yeah, it really was.
Oh, it was so nice. And we had a really good turnout for one of the regular parks. And the juggler was out there. And
with fire.
With fire.
I heard him say, I'm going to be doing fire soon. I'm like, okay, let's please get some photographs of that. Don't burn down the park.
Yeah. I tried to get Councilmember Carlson over there to catch those, but he wasn't up for it. But it was really a nice event. Yeah. And if you've not been to a meeting in the park, I'm not sure where I'm looking, but
you can look over there.
Okay. If you've not been to a meeting in the park, all right, make sure you stop out. We bring the department heads, the staff is down there. They're all set up at tables with lots of information. If you have any questions about anything, what's going on in the city, if you can't get your answer there, it's not to be found.
Okay. They didn't see you there. You were actually over there, but we heard you. It was all good. So I
don't have a monitor. I don't know.
I got the one. It's up over here. So our next Summer of the City meeting is coming up June 24th at Lions Park.
And that should be if the weather is good, that should be a very big night because it's such a popular park anyway. Yeah. And everybody brings the kids down there, and so I think we're getting twice as much ice cream that night.
Yeah, I think you need to because that's on a travel boulevard. People see it. So Tuesday, June 24th is our next meeting. 6:30 to 8 is when you want to come, and then the final one of the summer will be Tuesday, July 22nd at Parkside Park again from 6:30 to 8.
Yeah, Parkside's down off 99th and Coon Rapids Boulevard Extension, kind of by the old drive-in.
Yeah. All right, so we got those to look forward to. The summer concert series kicked off at the beginning of June, and those continue until the beginning of August.
Oh my gosh, the Church of Cash was our first concert. Yeah. That place was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good turnout.
Yeah.
Then
we got rain for the second one.
Oh, that's right. They had to turn around.
They had to go inside. So
yeah. So. But again, everything is in your city newsletter.
Yep.
So
we always hold that up. There it is.
Yeah.
But on the back page is the summer concert series, so you can see it right there. So we still got several more, 3, 6, 7, including this week's concert. So get out there to the dam. Those are Thursday nights, 7 p.m. And they sell concessions, right? The Boy Scouts.
Yeah, you got to get there early
and the Lions.
If you want to eat there, because you can actually eat dinner down there.
Yeah.
The Lions Club is selling usually burgers and walking tacos and things.
Yep.
And then the Boy Scouts are there for the duration of the concert, selling candy and popcorn and water and.
Okay. So do they sell during the Boy Scouts sell during the concert?
Yeah, the Boy Scouts they sell till.
It's the Lion stuff that's done at 7.
The Lion stuff is done at 7.
I read a comment on Facebook and it's like, why does it stop at 7? And it's like, okay,
well,
that's good to know. You could still get snack stuff maybe during the concert.
Yeah, I mean if they're afterwards, they haven't run out of food yet.
Yeah. Okay. Until they run out.
Yeah.
In their case.
I think so.
All right. Again, newsletter. Check that out. It was mailed to your house. There's a digital copy online.
We should mention the one date. Rocky Lynn.
Oh yes.
Is going to be in concert.
24th.
On July 24th.
Yep.
That's a pretty big draw.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, he was from Coon Rapids and went on with a successful career in country music.
Yeah.
All right. That is all I think we have to talk about at this point. We talked about 4th of July again, July 2nd through the 4th at Boulevard Plaza. Should be a good time in 2 weeks. We'll hope for good weather. No rain this year for fireworks. And hard to believe that that's already approaching.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was surprised when I saw everybody playing at the splash pad, and it's like, oh yeah, it's splash pad season too.
Yes.
It's been kind of a busy year, but.
It has. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in today and talking to us about our 2 meetings in June. Thank you at home for watching, and we'll see you back here again after our 2 meetings in July.